No, it's fine this time around. Thank you, Windows 10, for fixing my Windows 7 problems.
That's how they got you. Was like, well, these Windows 7 problems you're having, we're not going to fix them because we're not going to support them anymore. So, 10, 10.
My Windows 10 cost me $200.
Why? You didn't get it in time?
Oh, I got it in time. The problem is remember I had my computer repaired?
Yeah.
The Windows 7, which was no longer made, was not authorized because
Oh.
so I had to buy a key that cost me $200 because 7 would constantly pop up the thing to let me know it wasn't authorized after I tried to update to 10.
Okay, that sucks.
That does suck. We bought 2 OEM versions for 150.
It's OEM.
Basically, computer builders like Best Buy, when they build computers, it's the original formatted version for people
okay.
instead of, just downloading it and using it. It's only a one-time use. Once we use it, you can never use that code again, ever. Ever. Like, if you have to reinstall Windows, you have to buy a new copy of OEM, so...
Oh, look at that.
Well,
I
there
wish
are
I'd
ways
known.
around it. Like, if you can go, hey, look, I bought this. I had to redo my entire computer. A lot of times they will actually go through and, okay, undo your key and let you reuse it on that particular machine.
Yeah, but that means you have to go through... Alright, let's go ahead and get this started.
Microsoft.
Yeah, I have to go through Microsoft. Alright, and 3, 2, 1...
Really? Sorry, TJ decided to, drag the freaking plate underneath the bed.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn, where dogs drag plates under the beds.
That's just the
Yep.
most perfect. Like, we could have salvaged that chicken. We could have, but now we can't. We
It's
have to
perfect.
I have to put it in the audio. Great.
Good. Come on, you
Now
gotta make
everyone
him...
knows my dog likes plate under the bed for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know where to say I'm Oak Tree off that.
There you go, perfect right there. Alright, Griff.
What? What? I'm sorry.
She's Griff.
I'm Griff.
Yep.
You
And,
did not.
Hi.
uh,
I did not.
Vodka.
Ready.
these special intros are very unique.
Special is the right word.
We've started this one
Yeah.
off perfect, folks. How do you like our
Best
intro so
intro
far?
ever.
Oh my goodness.
No
Oh,
Pants was
shit.
What
expecting
happens when you do
Overwatch
these
because
things
you didn't
live?
update the title, chicken.
I did update the title. Is it doing that same thing again?
I don't know.
I updated the title, but I didn't update the game that we were playing, which is fine. But
We're not playing a game.
I know I forgot to change it to gaming talk shows. I apologize. I fixed it
Hey,
Talk
again.
about Overwatch. Who played Overwatch? Okay, got it.
Me.
Good,
I
good.
played Overwatch.
Boom, we're in the Overwatch channel now.
Yeah.
But Overwatch.
Overwatch is
I mean,
good.
we can go play it like right now.
Yeah, I'll
We can
fucking
play
throw it
some
up right now. I'll move
We're
this
all on
over there.
curse, talking to each other. I don't have it on PC, so I just have to talk.
Oh, that would be so sad for you. So
Is
sad.
there-
Get a $40 version on PC.
Yeah, we just spent $200 on
Yeah,
Microsoft.
I just spent $200 on freaking Windows 10, so no.
What's another $40?
I know, right? It's
Logic
240.
is flawless.
Exactly.
Baka, remind me to show you a nice hand signal when we get done with the show.
Ooh, is it a clap? I love claps.
I don't know. We'll ask Red about the clap.
Oh my god, what's everybody
I
been
don't know,
playing?
I can ask Fred
We're
about
not,
porn.
we're
if
not
that's suits
talking
it.
about the clap. Oh my god.
GTA 5, actually.
Okay, so I guess we are talking about the clap.
Started GTA 5 finally. It looks beautiful on PC.
It looks
it's,
beautiful everywhere. It's
yeah.
fantastic.
And then I started We Happy Few as well, which I started. If anybody remembers the little bit of gameplay trailer stuff that they showed at E3, basically I'm through that part and just started the next part of it. So I'm not that far into the game, but because I got tired really quick. I was like,
So, I mean, you got tired because you've been working, or you got tired because
no, it's just because it was up late, and I was just kind of like,
Okay.
oh, this is on here. I might as well go ahead and try. You know.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a problem with the game.
No. And actually, it's very interesting, because if you remember the part that they showed at E3 at the very beginning, and you start with this little thing where you're having to black out like a newspaper or whatever, and that's kind of where the story plot line starts. After the first person comes in and talks to you, you can actually sit back down and keep working, which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a way that you can finish the whole game in like 2 minutes, and I have a feeling that it's something like that. Like, take the happy pills, sit down, do your
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, which like I had the option of do I want to take the joy or not, and I decided not to, but I could still sit down and do that. Then I got up and started walking around, and it's very interesting because you go to like different rooms, and I got to the pinata scene. Yeah, it's just as bad as I remember it being. uh, and then I got to the next part past it. It's didn't the second part of that didn't start the way I thought it was going to. So it's very. I'm interested to see how I got to where I am from where that one ended. So it intrigues me a little bit, but yeah, it's pretty nice. GTA 5.
Did you get to Trevor yet?
I've not.
I am waiting to hear about that from
I have
you.
not got to Trevor yet. I have. I'm not that far into it, but I'm kind of exploring the city around a little bit and stuff and having fun too. But
You'll do plenty of exploring, trust me.
with Franklin and Michael, I think I'm switching back and forth between the two of them, doing different stuff that's on there, and I like both of them very well.
I love Michael. He's my favorite.
Griff, you were very much aware of how I despise any form of the N-word in any way whatsoever. And that part drove me crazy with his and his
What's
buddy.
his friend? I can't remember his name.
Oh my God.
Jeez. Yeah, that guy.
Lamar.
Get ready, because Lamar is ever present. He
Yeah.
is Franklin's bestie, so.
He is present in the multiplayer.
Yes, he is.
So that term being used over and over and over again is I'm trying to get past, like, mentally, like, ignore this dude. Like, just ignore what he has to do.
That is the best way to approach Lamar. Ignore him.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Lamar is super annoying.
But rest of the gameplay and stuff, I love. I didn't realize there was going to be a special ability for a character. That was kind of cool from the driving standpoint to be able to Franklin's little special ability has to do with his driving, which I thought was pretty neat. And it
Half
came
the
in
time you'll
handy.
forget that exists.
No, I use it a lot.
Like at first you're like, yes, I'm going to use this all the time. And halfway through the game, when you've been swapping between 3 other characters regularly, you completely forget it exists. And usually it doesn't really matter that much.
Right now, I have the problem with the fact that I forget Michael can't do it. And I hit a lot of buildings and cars and everything else because I'm like, oh, I got this corner. Nope.
See, I didn't have a problem with hitting buildings and stuff that much, just people. And that's not really a problem. That's just kind of fun.
That is a problem. Poor people.
It's not a problem.
Poor
That's
virtual
how she drives
people.
in real life. What are you talking about?
You need to outrun the cops on a mission on a bicycle.
Yeah,
That's the
Baka
best
did
way to
that.
do it. Yep.
On a bicycle. Yeah, but
And
the
jumping
cops are
on people
sometimes
and-
stupid. You just have to like drive up into the mountains on your bicycle, and you're probably okay. Is that
Well,
what
they'll
you did?
chase you there.
The motherfuckers will chase you
if
like
they see
everywhere.
if they see you actually like go off road and go up into the mountains, they will chase your ass.
Yeah, see, I lost them a lot of times that way. I just drove up the mountain, and then eventually they're like, yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So I just get to like a little summit on the mountain and wait until my stars went away, and then I
Now,
just get back up.
When you piss them off to the point to where they send helicopters and shit after you, no. Now you gotta go find a tunnel to go hide in.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, it's fun so far. Is this 2 years since it originally came out, or 3 years?
I think 2.
2 years since it originally came out. So I'm glad I'm finally getting to play it 2 years
I
later.
think that's 2000.
Which I got on sale, which its regular price is the same it was 2 years ago.
Because it's amazing.
Yeah, but I got it on sale for $40. I could have saved $5 more if I bought it when the Steam sale was a few weeks back, but I'm glad that I got it and downloaded it. But it was 65 gigabytes to download.
It's huge. Well, it's because you're downloading all of the multiplayer and everything too. So it's got a lot of stuff with it.
Right, but and it's massive, right? Like you look at the map and you're just like,
It's a
holy
huge
crap.
map.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's really interesting. And then, like I said, We Happy Few, a little bit of Pokemon Go, not a whole lot.
Keep playing it. Let me know when you hit Trevor, which I've already told you. Do not stop playing when you hit Trevor, because you will want to, but don't.
Don't stop playing.
It's
Just
so
keep playing.
glorious. It's so glorious. Continue on.
I'll continue to play. Yeah, I'll have to push past because I remember you dealing with it when you were first playing it for the first time, and you're
Yeah,
like,
I was like-
I hate this guy. I don't understand why everybody loves him. I don't get it. Next show, I love this guy. I don't understand why I hated him to start with. Next
No,
show,
I know
I
why I
still
hated
hate
him.
this guy.
It was a love-hate relationship. Like, you cannot have anything but a love-hate relationship with Trevor. Because
I just have a loving
sometimes
relationship. I'm sorry. I love that character.
he is easy to love once you start, like, seeing his inner workings, but at the same time, the rational side of you is like, he is a disgusting, awful man, and you should not like him. But the irrational side of you is like, but I love him though.
Yeah.
Look
Well,
at
and
him.
I can't decide right now.
I just shoved my irrational side off in a corner.
I think right now Michael is my favorite of the two that I'm currently dealing with.
Michael's my favorite. Like, I love him more than Trevor, but
Because I think with Michael, what I like so far is I like old gangster movies, and that's what he reminds me of. It just reminds me of this old gangster guy that's sitting up there, like, because I love it. He's like, I'm retired, blah blah blah, and he's doing all that stuff, and then it's like at the same time you hear him talk, and you go, this dude ain't retired. I don't care how much he says he's retired.
Great.
He ain't retired, But I like that the different elements they've added to the game and stuff are fun, and it reminds me of some of the old GTA stuff that you would go through. Like San Andreas is one of my favorites, and Vice City especially. Vice City, there's no how many hours I put into Vice City when it came out, but yeah, it was good and fun. So I'm glad I'm playing the game now after 2 years, but
Yeah.
I want to go through and play it, and it might be something I eventually stream, but not anytime soon. So because I want to expect it. I walked blindly into South Park. So I'm still playing, but it's like I've walked blindly into it. I'm not doing that again. Not happening. Not for that.
Well, we played Overwatch this way. I played a lot with Chicken. Overwatch stuff, and I haven't really like that. And World of Warcraft is pretty much all I've done this week. Which I finally on Overwatch tried Grandma. I played Anna for the first time.
Nana Anna.
Anna, whatever.
It's Nana Anna.
Nana Anna. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. I played Grandma, and the first time that I played her in a match, I swapped to her close to the end. We were gonna lose. It was Hanamura. We were attacking. We were losing anyway. I swapped her at the end of the match, and then Torbjorn on the enemy team got play of the game, and his play of the game footage ended with him taking a nap because I just pulled out my pistol, shot him in the face, and he just
Oh
like
my
fell straight down.
God.
It's like, yeah, that's play of the game. It was so awesome. Anytime that you can watch people fail in their play of the games, like Chicken's Torbjorn play of the game in which he died.
No, don't even give me that shit. Your
Little
fucking
hop.
play of the game. Your play of the game. Play of the game loads up, black screen, loads back up,
Okay,
game over.
My play of the game was a Junkrat play, and it was like they really need to put a timer on when play of the game can stop, like when the cutoff is for play of the game, because it was the end of the round, and I just threw out my Junkrat tire because I had it. Like basically, the game was expiring, and it was in that slow-mo before it loads you into the black screen and then puts you in the next map. But I threw out my tire and killed 3 of their people, and I only know that I killed 3 of their people because I knew where the tire was going to explode. I didn't even see it on my end. So when we get to the play of the game, it's me throwing the tire out and then a black screen. You didn't even see where it went or the other people or anything. It's like, what? Blizzard? You
Please?
might want to reevaluate some of this. Like, that was not a game changer. It didn't do anything remarkable. Like, there are other people who probably got more kills in consecutive row than I did with that. I don't know, Blizzard, what are you doing? This play of the game's weird. Although I guess
things.
I guess it's the same for like Torbjorn when Chicken got his play of the game. I mean, he got sniped in the first second of the play.
Yeah, but
and
my
the
turret
rest
did a
of it
lot
was
of work.
turret.
Yeah, my turret did a lot of
You
work
didn't
though.
do anything. Like, you personally.
I
did
put up that
nothing.
turret. That's what I did. And if it wasn't for my turret, we would have lost. So don't give me that.
Oh God.
Not the rest of your team that was doing work while you were dead.
And my turret. At least I still had some
That's why I
form of
hate
presence.
Like everyone bitches about Bastion. It's like, oh, you just left click. Torbjorn just throws a fucking turret down and lets it do the damn work.
Yeah, it's the same thing as Bastion. You're just like, oh wow, quadra kill, cool. Is it, I'm gonna take another nap here. I'm just gonna hold this button. Like, especially in like Hanamura map, you just sit right there, and just watch the door and hold the button, and
I
reload.
move around.
Yeah, you're one of the special bastions that move. All the other bastions just sit there and go, I got this, guys. Don't worry.
Bastion's a
Don't
good character for when you just don't want to play.
Yeah,
You're like, whatever, my friends are
Or you're
playing this
eating.
game. Yeah,
I'm just
It's
gonna
like, I'm
play.
eating.
I'm
What are you
multi.
doing? I'm left cooking.
Play of the game, Bastion. You son of a bitch!
Just tape it down real quick and just go, grab a
90%
drink
of
or
the
something.
time, that's the reaction when it's Bastion. Play of the game pops up and everybody's like, fucking Bastion.
Left click that button. Left click
My
that
favorite
button.
thing to do as Bastion though is like to go and like hiding off in like back corners or something, like when they're just normally just running past and just and mow down the teams.
Yep.
Because you're just like, where the hell did that come from? And I just get up and run back.
I like it when you have that, like, 'cause I thought you do it on Hanamura and you got to play the game for it. And you were sitting in one of the corners of the little pavilion thing, and one guy ran in and died because you mowed him down. His teammate ran in and died because you mowed him down. His other teammate ran in behind him and looked to the opposite direction, looking for you, and got mowed down as well. Why are you still coming in that door? What's wrong with you people?
They're hoping they can find him or something. I don't know.
Figure out where the Bastion is, but I don't stay in one place long, so.
He's like a ninja Bastion.
Mhm.
Bastion vanish.
Poof.
Your team is dead.
Oh my god. So, all right, we've been playing Pokemon Go. We'll go ahead and jump into what tiny bit of news that there is. So Pokemon Go has taken out some of the buggy issues that it was having, and one of those is taking out the little footstep things that tell you how far away things are. And they've also asked things like Pokevision, which was a website that would show you where Pokemon are at, to not do that anymore. So now you're just expected to wander around in the world to find these things,
But I
because
don't
there's
want
no
to wander around
indication.
the hot sun.
So you're playing a game of Marco Polo without Polo.
Yep.
Marco,
Basically.
this way, I think.
Talking.
Like you gotta yell Marco and just walk in a direction. Oh yeah, it's dumb, and I think until they got their tracking system fixed, and I can't wrap my head around why they would just remove it. Like
Doesn't work.
I can understand you taking down Pokevision. It's like fine, all right, they it makes the game too easy, but why would you remove your own tracking in the game itself? I would have left Pokevision up, let it stay up, and fix the damn tracker, and then take it down, and then everybody could just play in the game.
Yeah, because the people that are running Pokevision didn't have a problem with complying, essentially.
Yeah, they were like, all right, cool. The president said that he didn't like what we were doing. Cool, we took it down.
Yep.
But
But
now we don't have a tracker even in the game. So
yeah, just get out there and wander. You'll figure it out eventually. Like,
a
But
lot.
I'd
Of,
like to
but
have
the-
some sort of indication.
But the indication's still there in the footprints that are gone.
No,
right?
the footprints are gone. The little tracker thing is there, but you can walk in a direction and then the Pokemon will shift, and you'll walk another direction and the Pokemon will shift again, and you're like,
So
I
not the
think-
direction they should have gone.
Yeah,
there
it's like, I think I'm going the right
way
way.
to figure out exactly how to do it, as far as like where the Pokemon is.
It used
the
to be if you
Nerdist-
walked one direction.
The
top
Nerdist,
left is
Nerdist did it
closest.
really well. They showed you exactly how it works. It's basically like they drew 3 circles and basically just kind of drew a line, kind of depending on where it's at. Like say if it shifts in one direction, well you need to stop, either kind of go back or go off in another direction, basically,
Mhm.
in order to do it. I'll link you the video to it later.
From what I understand is like if you're looking at however many spots there are, let's say there's 8 spots, right? So 4 one direction, actually 16. So 4 one direction, 4 another. Then top left would be the closest to you. Bottom right was the furthest from you. And then if you're walking one direction and they didn't shift, then top left should be the first one you come to. If it moves slightly to the right, then you moved away from that. And so then you'd have to backtrack, go to where it's to the left, and then you had to go left or right from that direction. That's the way it originally was set up when it had the footprints. I'm assuming it's the same, and they just removed the footprints. But
I guess.
I
it's-
mean, if their system's kind of broken, probably not.
Yeah, because sometimes you'd like, and I can attest to this. I have been on top of Pokemon and they've popped up, and then I look at my little nearby thing, and it's like 3 footsteps, and the Pokemon's not even on the nearby thing. It's like earlier I pulled it open and there was a Pidgey next to me, and I'm like, I don't want a Pidgey. It's not even on this thing. So I restarted my game, and then a Spearow popped up, same place that the Pidgey was. I was like, wait, what? Why are these things changing? This isn't even on the Poke Nearby thing either. It's like this shit is still broken. They got rid of the help, the tracking help, and then got rid of Pokevision. So what do they want us to do? I guess.
And if you go to the Pokevision website, because I just looked it up just to see what was on there, it just says our services are currently unavailable. So I'm assuming they're just in battle right now. It's like we
That's
should be able to do this.
the video chicken.
Well, I'm not gonna watch it right now.
The best thing too is the now they've got a warning label. So like when you get on, do
They've
got
not
more
drive
warning
while you're
labels.
playing.
I
Remember
saw
to be
a
alert at all
fucking
times.
a comment that Pokemon Go has more warnings than a Cialis commercial. It's like good gracious. It's like, please be aware. Do not play Pokemon Go while driving. Do not play Pokemon Go while or walking off cliffs.
Why are you doing anything but paying attention to the road and driving?
I don't know.
That should be just like, look, don't. There's a shit ton of stuff you don't need to be doing. Too big of a list for us to really put up. We're gonna make this simple. Don't do other shit while you're driving. Simple.
Yeah, but people don't listen to that.
Yep.
Chicken and I were behind some lady
Oh
that
my
was playing
goodness.
Pokemon Go on her phone earlier this week, actually. Like, we were trying to pull out of a parking lot, and she was at the stop sign already when I pulled up behind her, and she was just sitting there. The traffic's clear, by the way,
she was like this. We looked at her and she was like this.
while driving. Like, not at a stoplight. No, legitimately, while she was driving. That's how she was in the car.
Yep, it's pretty
And
awful.
like, smacks
was
into someone. It's like, why
obvious.
don't you watch where you're going?
Huh.
Got your Pokemon, motherfucker.
Well, yeah. I mean, part of the reason that they put that in there is because they've noticed a rise, like in the week that it's been out in Japan. I think it was like a 35% rise in traffic accidents since it's been out because of mobile phone related game stuff.
Well, and I've got, to be fair, I've got a friend of mine that she lives out in California, and she's been playing Pokemon Go. But what she does now, she catches all her Pokemon and stuff while she's like in a park and at her house, things like that, right? But what she does is she'll take her Pokemon Go and turn it on when she gets in rush hour traffic, because she's below the 12-mile-per-hour limit that they've set for hatching eggs. So she just sets it in her cup holder, and she's able to set like a 10-kilometer egg. She's able to set in one go to work. So she'll
But that's
just.
not bad. She's not playing in active traffic and
Yeah,
things
but-
like that.
But at what point, not everybody's going to do that. Because
No.
the thing that kills me is just about every major city and even minor ones have a rule that says do not text and drive.
Yes.
Pokemon Go is out of that exception. Come on now, everybody.
Well, yeah, but there are also speed limit signs everywhere. How many people obey those?
Oh, fair point.
I mean, just because there's a rule for it doesn't mean anybody's going to listen. That's
Right.
the argument we make for gun control all the time.
Don't shoot other people. People don't listen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Lord.
But
crazy,
he's
though.
encroaching on my territory. I don't care. Just
And then
stop it.
Nintendo stocks also dropped
Have a
this week,
bake-off.
and all of their shareholders realized that, oh, by the way, Nintendo's not the one that made this Pokemon game. Which I think we mentioned on last week's show, which is like, how long is it going to take them for them to realize that it's not?
Well, they own like a small stock in Pokemon Company, but they don't own.
No,
any-
they
Well, they own
own
the
Game
company that
Freak,
makes
who
Pokemon,
makes
yeah.
Pokemon.
But for some reason, even though this is licensed out, like it's licensed Pokemon something, they're not making kickback off of it.
Well, they
So-
are, but it's a small percentage.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
it's-
making
it's
some.
very
It's
sure.
small.
so
It's got to go
small,
through
yeah.
everybody else in order to get there. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of that, people are asking for refunds on Pokemon Go because of this too. Like they've spent money.
The update?
Yeah, they've spent money to, I guess, help progress them faster, and this new update isn't letting them progress anymore. So people are just asking for refunds for their Pokecoins.
Technically,
they're-
it's not stopping your progression.
so the lucky egg, I mean, all it does
Well,
is
you could
boost your
buy-
XP
yeah.
anyway.
I know, but I don't understand. But people are pretty mad, and they're speaking with their money. So
That does seem a little silly. Like I understand, like there's also a story about Disney Infinity will be closing forever. Like
May-
next year, I think it is.
May 2017.
And people are upset because they've spent money microtransaction wise on that. And that's going away permanently. Like you can still play Pokemon. It's just now that there's like a larger difficulty curve to it. But you can still play it. So I don't know. I don't really feel like they're entitled to a refund.
But I think Infinity's not an online game. It's all set up on the disc itself, isn't it?
No, it's well they've got the
Mobile
online
and PC.
DRMs. So
Yeah.
on PC and everything, it's PC and mobile or whatever, like iPads and whatnot. It's going away forever. Like you will not be able to play it because the servers. are
Okay, but
coming
like if
down.
you have a console version of Infinity, it's not going away. That's what you're saying.
Maybe I
Okay.
don't know how it works.
They'll
for
probably
console.
close down the servers eventually if you
Yeah.
play it online or all the online stuff, and eventually you'll just get bored of playing it.
I don't know. I have to turn off my online features on the PS3 and see if Infinity still is playable.
Yeah, I mean I don't know how it works, but that's something that I would see more of an issue with and wanting some sort of penance or something. I don't know in that case, because it's something that you spent money on expecting to be able to play it long term, and just because the company that made it decides they're done with it and has sold off their shares of it, it's going away forever. With Pokemon, you can still play.
Well, and the thing is, like you've got a lot of extra money that can be put into Infinity, because you have not only do you buy the game that might have came with a couple characters, now you go out to the store and you buy a bunch of characters,
Right.
so that are now useless, and it's, luckily I have a 5-year-old that can play with them, in a sandbox or something, but I like in our case, luckily, we have 3 characters, I think, is all we have, and it was from Infinity 2. And I was eventually going to get 3.0, and about the time I was doing it is when they announced. Nope.
And then you're like, yeah, no.
It's like, I'm good. No problem. So, but is the Lego, I guess the Lego one's doing okay then, right? Because we haven't heard anything on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's doing fine. They are adding new characters all the time. I think last week they were adding 6 or 7 new franchises.
Well,
It's
the
interesting.
thing about the Lego one is as well is like you can turn around and use those Lego figures and stuff for Lego sets.
Oh, fair point.
Oh, they
Yeah.
actually come with like real Legos? I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
legitimate Legos, like little
Oh.
pieces, build vehicles and everything, just like real Legos.
Huh.
Well,
Well, I didn't know that. Today I learned. Yay!
We've had a few people tear into some of the boxes and open them. So,
Oh, so you know.
yep.
Awesome.
Thank you for the info, but now I gotta write this off, you jerks.
Educational experience. Oh, it looks like this one was stolen. Legos for my house.
Too bad they sold the Lego figures out of it and just left the junk.
Boo.
The junk. Sorry.
Just like the random assortment of pieces that don't even complete the vehicle or whatever. It's just like, well, we can kind of build the vehicles with these pieces, but we're gonna leave like the small like random assortment tiny bits. Like, just take everything out of it.
If you're gonna do it, just commit.
exactly. Damn.
We do not endorse theft on this show, though, so
No.
please don't commit theft.
No,
Yeah.
Thank
don't do
you.
it.
Not under our
Regardless-
banner.
Regardless of the store or anything.
Don't commit theft.
Why does it have to be a PSA now? Do not commit theft.
Theft
Do
bad.
not text and
I
drive.
want people to be like, I only stole all of it because Infinite Respawn told me to. No, don't steal any of it. We didn't tell you to steal anything.
Nope.
Crazy
Disclaimer: We did
people. I
not
just
tell you
wanted
to
to
steal
make sure that
anything.
we were covered in any sort of legal case that might arise in the future.
Wow, someone tries to sue us, they're in for a bad time.
There for disappointment because we ain't got nothing.
$5 million, dude. You're gonna be waiting a long time for that.
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's talk about No Man's Sky. Got delayed 3 days on PC. What are you gonna do with 3 days?
Yeah, like I don't understand. Like I don't understand those delayed 1 day, delayed 3 days, delayed
Delayed-
3 hours.
Delayed 3 days on specifically PC. Consoles will have their copy, and 3 days later, PC. What are you gonna do in 3 days that you can't fix right now?
I have no idea. Actually, like
But if it to me, it's just one more thing that we've dealt with on consoles versus PC, and the fact that the console, because I mean, look at the last Batman game that came out.
Is
Like
it
it was
gonna ever
total. I don't know. I think eventually came back out.
yeah,
on
it
PC,
did come
but
back out.
but it was total crap when it was first released. GTA 5, they had to wait a year before they got, basically. You have other games that are like, I don't understand why the PC version, was it Watch Dogs? Watch Dogs was a bad release.
Was it? I don't remember.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Watch Dogs had it to where like they went in and did something to the files to make it to where it didn't look any better than what it did on a console. Like they're
that's
like,
right.
well, it was something like some bullshit thing of like, well, we didn't want some kind of unfair graphic advantage or whatever the fuck.
But that's
they're-
why you play PC.
Yeah, I
It's like,
know.
yeah, that's why people buy shit on the PC. They want it to look better than the consoles because they understand console hardware limitation.
Right.
Well, it's weird. It's 3 days. Some people in the article that I was reading about it were like, okay, that's fine. That's 3 days for me to decide whether or not I actually want to buy it because everybody on console can let me know if it's garbage.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know. It just seems
Well, I've
weird
already-
3 days.
I've already bought it, so now I'm wondering if I can download it if I have to wait till the 11th at midnight to download this thing, or if it's going to be one of those I can download it on the 9th at midnight and be able to go ahead and start the download, and then I just can't do anything with it. Like the key doesn't unlock until the 12th. Because it'd be great to already have it downloaded like 3 days in advance, and then I could just pull it back up.
Unless they let you do that, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we were fixing a huge bug, so now you got to download even more, or you have to uninstall that version of it and then reinstall all of it with this fix.
Oh my god.
I don't know. There's also leaked footage. Like somebody, okay, get this. Somebody spent $1,200 buying a copy of No Man's Sky on eBay so that they could play it before the street date.
Oh,
Impatient much?
$1,200.
Well, okay, here's the justification because they made a big post on Reddit about it, and basically they're likening it to crack. Games are crack, and this is going to be a lot of people's crack. Well, if you can get it before there is any sort of like other information, you can't go online and find out strategies or see what other people are doing with it. It is the most pure form of uncut crack because it's before anybody else gets their hands on it.
We're not endorsing crack either.
Yes, don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs.
No.
Don't steal. Don't text and drive. Don't do anything that is not the law.
This is the most, community-friendly show we've ever done. Anyway,
Don't drink.
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
don't drink if you're underage.
don't drink and drive. If you are of legal age and drinking, fine, whatever. Anyway,
Most people have Uber now, so we're good.
yeah, that too.
Also,
So-
do not moon cops. That is a bad idea.
Yep. Don't moon cops either. Anything else we want to throw in there?
No, we're good. Let's just
Don't
get back-
moon most people. I mean, this isn't 1960 something, right? Why is this still a thing? I don't get it. Don't moon most people. Keep that
So-
shit at home.
Or my favorite is don't take
cases that
the
are-
Trex and wheels and axles and stuff off a skateboard and then hang on to the back of the bumper and go down the freeway when it's snowed over.
Yeah, don't do that either. That's
done it.
oddly specific, but
I've
don't
done
do
it.
that.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
I've done it for you.
you're gonna
That's all
want to you're gonna want to snowboard if you want to do something like that.
Well, that was our version of snowboarding in a city, so
and it's flat,
Dallas
right?
Fort Worth area. It was just like, okay, let's go on the freeway. I'll hang on to the back of the bumper. We'll take the wheels and everything off that, and we'll make a snowboard out of it and hang on to the back of the bumper and just drive. No,
So how badly were you injured in this?
I actually did not get injured. We got pulled over by a cop who thankfully knew my mom, and he was just like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Go home right now.
I was like, "Snowboarding? Get in the truck. Get in the truck. Go home."
Damn.
So I got in the back bed of the pickup truck because the front was full, and I was sliding around back and forth, sitting on the board.
All right, back to on topic. Griff, you can go ahead.
Sorry.
I'm just, you guys done? I just wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna interrupt.
Yeah, I think you can go ahead now.
Oak's dying. Like I don't even know. He is just
I
dying.
can't see
right now.
Baca doing this. I mean, like I just try to imagine
I've
like
done
a
a lot of
Wookiee in the
stupid
middle of Dallas, right? just
I have done a lot of stupid shit, and the things that I did that were completely and utterly stupid like this were, when the internet was still around, but no one was posting videos about the stupid shit that I did. So I got away with it.
Yeah, the best time to do that shit was back
Yep.
in the 90s.
Can't do that shit nowadays.
Ooh, somebody will find it.
Well, that actually
Taking a
is very
video of
good.
it, so
Good job. You've brought us back on topic. Videos on No Man's Sky, because somebody spent $1,200 buying it early, are now on YouTube. And the creators are like, please don't watch these and spoil it for yourself because that's bad and you shouldn't. So,
man,
15 to 30-minute videos. There's a couple of them, like just a handful. Is that enough in a game that is supposed to be infinitely generated?
It's not
is that
infinitely.
enough to spoil it?
not
Fine.
infinite.
There's so many planets and locations that nobody will ever see all of them.
Yes, that is true.
Is that enough to spoil it for you?
depends on the
No.
individual.
No, it's impossible to spoil. Like, in my mind, it is impossible. Even in 30 minutes, if the dude visits 10 planets, there is 18 quintillion planets on that in that fucking game.
I think that and I don't disagree with what you just said, Chicken, but in this particular case, I think the reason it's said is because there is an antagonist to this game. Yeah, that most people don't remember that part.
What,
There's-
the center universe thing?
No, there's actually people that you have to fight against in this game. So
I don't
there's-
understand how there are people you're supposed to fight against when it's procedurally generated randomly
And
and
it's
you are out in the
See-
middle of nowhere.
Well, and that's the reason the way the game exists. I mean, that's part of the problem. With there's actually a battle. There's an antagonist in the game. They've said that from the get-go. Now you're only battling one-on-one or whatever you versus whatever. And there is always a possibility, even though very slim, that another person could be hitting the same antagonist at the same time that you are. But from their standpoint, if this guy hits an antagonist somewhere in the game, then you have a possibility of, getting spoiled in that way, and what it is, how to fight it, everything else, just like it would be in any other game. Everything else, though, you absolutely said 15 to 30-minute video, I don't think you're going to hit one. I think it'll probably be 4 hours of gameplay before you ever hit one.
Like, is it a person? Is it a species? Well,
see, here's the thing. One of the people in the comment section, and this is why I'm not interested in No Man's Sky, but I will watch the videos because I'm just curious now. One of the people in the comments said, I'm glad that it's leaked because I have it pre-ordered, but I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up because I don't know anything about the game. There is not enough from what they've shown in the tiny little developer blogs and things like that. There's not enough to know what you do in the game. And this is going to give somebody a way to see what you do in the game. Because they've been very secretive about what it is, aside from go and explore. I mean, you mentioning there's an antagonist and half of us being like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's
because
my same
they
opinion.
haven't made anything about that.
It was mentioned in E3 last year.
Yeah, and they
a year ago.
Yeah, they just gloss over it. Other people in the comment section said, if they're worried about 15 to 30 minutes spoiling the game for you, it's because they know that it's going to be repetitive enough that you're going to get bored, and they don't want you to know that before you buy it. People are talking about this being one of the most overhyped games. It's going to be a disappointment more so than Destiny was. Other people are like, no, he's a good guy and he doesn't want you to spoil it for yourself because it's a game about discovery. Like, there's serious arguments on both sides of this one.
Well, and I think that, and I actually agree with both of them. I think that it matters how you like to play a game, right? Minecraft's not a game that I care about. I don't. Yeah. Because of the repetitiveness. Go out, do this, do that, blah, 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 build a house, whatever it is you got to do, build whatever you want to with it.
Right.
Ark, I enjoy the hell out of.
It's the same thing.
And it's the same damn thing, right? So you go out... With dinosaurs, which is why it appeal, right? Yeah, dinosaurs. Versus the little creeper things or whatever they're called in Minecraft. But I think that's where, with this, I'm very interested to see if I show up to a planet that is procedurally generated. Am I going to have to worry about the environment that's been created, and is it going to hurt me, or is there going to be things like that? And I think that it just kind of matter how you want to play the game, but it is a solo style game versus Ark and Minecraft that I have people I can work with. And so that's where I think that's where a lot of people are going to end up with a problem, because
that's my biggest turnoff on No Man's Sky is the fact that it's this huge world that I cannot explore with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Which just means it's going to be boring for me because that's not interesting enough to make me want to play it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could all play it as like a group or something and go all around exploring, kind of like Starbound. I mean, it had a whole bunch of planets for us to constantly go through and explore and see, and of course kill villages and things like that. But I mean, if they took like that into No Man's Sky, I think I would be a lot more interested in it, because as it stands right now, I don't really give a shit about it.
Yeah. Same. I mean, I read this, and I'm not going to say anything off of it because it's, I guess, a list of the features that the game has currently. It's a massive game.
Right, it's supposed to be.
Like, the amount of stuff that they want in this game, in my opinion, is too big of a scale. Like, you're going to start with I'm going to go huge here. You start with 10 million players, okay? That's not even going to be a scratch enough to kind of make this universe feel really alive with actual people, because I'm sure there's tons of NPCs, but there's not going to be enough players to fill out the world and make it feel alive. And in those numbers, I'm going to go with 1 million people are going to be like, I'm not feeling enough, aliveness in this world, in this universe. Mm-hmm. So they're going to stop playing. And then the numbers will start dwindling. And if you ever, from that number down, it's just going to, people are going to, eventually it's just going to fall to a single player game. And you're never going to see anybody. They're going to have to institute some sort of multiplayer features so that you can play with your friends.
Well, and I think
It's going to
always a
probably be one of
possibility.
the most requested features right out of the gate is, can there be a way that I can party up and go to where my friend is at?
I agree.
Yeah, like or give some sort of fucking directional thing so that I could be like, my friend's over that way. I need to travel in that direction.
Well, my
and
friend's
he's gonna
over that way, but if it's going to take you guys 3 years in real time to find each other, what's the point of even knowing where they're at?
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that they're gonna nearly have to institute this so that. Yeah, but if you do things like that, it's gonna kind of spread people out too far. Like you're gonna have a group over here and a group over here on this side of the universe, and they'll never see each other.
Well, that's the idea right now, is that you're probably not going to see anybody ever anyway.
Yeah.
So how does that change anything aside from the fact that you can now play it with your friend?
One of the things, and I don't think this so much is going to be a spoiler, but one of the things that it says in this is that in the universe, you're going to feel the impact of other players. In my opinion, I don't think you're ever going to be able to feel the impact of other players.
Well, they've already told us that we're not going to see other players for
Exactly.
a long time. Like, the likelihood of us finding another player is astronomical. So what does it matter? I mean, I know basically you don't. One of the big things that everybody's excited about right now is you don't have to have PlayStation Plus to play it on PlayStation.
Right.
But if you want to update the player universe thing,
the player
you
atlas.
have to, the player atlas, you have to be logged in. So I imagine there's going to be a central atlas and everybody's information is going to feed into it so that you can go and look at it and be like, hey, look at what so-and-so, Xbox user number 37,000 found over here. That's cool. Yeah, well, it's cool, but you'll never see it because you're not on that side of the galaxy. So what does it matter? Like,
Yeah,
I don't understand what the draw to that is or why it even matters, but I guess that's how you're going to feel the impact, is other players can put a flag on a planet or build a base and then leave it. And what's the point in building anything on any of these planets if you're going to never see it again?
Well, the thing is I don't necessarily think it's that. It's the impact. Yeah, you can make a mark. I think the one that actually our friend Johnny shot a video for Sony, of talking to the creator, and one of the things he talked about was the fact that you could land on a planet and you could have a tree on the planet and next to it be a flower, and I could fly to that planet and discover the planet and everything else that was on it, and Chicken could be 2 years from now could find that same exact planet and he could go to that tree and that flower would still be there. And I think that the idea behind it is, I don't know how the impact's going to be, and it could be part of this whole war with the antagonists and everything else that's on there. That how they've set it up. I mean, until we get into the game, none of us are really going to know, to be honest with you. But I like the idea of exploring. One of my favorite things to do with Far Cry 4. Now, granted, there was a plot line, everything else that went on with it, was the environment they created. I just hope that when I move from my little spaceship moves from whatever planet A to planet B, that I actually can have some type of battle or something that keeps me interested into the game other than just the environment part of it itself. So I'm interested to kind of see how that was, and I want to see how the procedure generation works. If it looks like a big brontosaur on one, and then I go on to another one, and I'm exploring the oceans, and there's a bunch of fish everywhere, and the different fish, because of the sky is red, this type of fish live there versus the sky being blue and the fish live there.
Yeah, but how long until you've seen a couple of variants of that and you're like, okay, sky's red, grass is purple, this is what lives here. Bye. I mean, like, how long until you figure out how the combinations work, if that's how it's going to be based?
I will go back to what you said earlier about the guy that said, I haven't played enough of this, there's not enough information about this game to make a rash decision or a decision about it.
Right.
But he wants to keep it, so he's glad that information's out there. I think it's the same thing about it now. Like, we could be learning something about this game 20 days from now when it finally comes out and people have been playing it. We could be learning all new stuff, and then we could be learning something new a month later. But I've purchased the game. I'm ready to play the game. I think it's going to be fun and in a different way. I like playing with other people. I think that that's a fun part of it, but I'm also a single player guy, but usually campaign based. So this is going to be different for me, right? I don't understand why this game interests me as much as it does, but I want to go in and I want to be able to play the game and do all that stuff. I know there's not a back lore to it or anything like that. It's just me going in and exploring.
Which I just feel like is going to be flat. Like I know that they think it's really cool and they're onto something really special, but like No Pants said, and I've said before, is you've got to have so much data, and after that, you can't just start continuously adding, or else the game size is gonna bloat and balloon and be way too much for a console. PC people will probably have an issue with it after a while too, but you can only have so much stuff.
That
mean-
actually, it's not true. The way that the game works itself is this: like, if you, and this was part of that same interview, if you arrive at a planet, okay, whatever your field of view, okay, has being rendered and set in front of you.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but I'm saying like
if-
in general there can be only so many files. Like the animal B, animal C, animal D, there can only be so many of them.
They're swapping in and out. It's just kind of, I mean, it's like a RAM swap basically, is what it's doing. But the system that they've generated for this is unreal. But it's, I mean, again, it's not something. I'm not the computer guy. Like, I'm not the guy that sits here and programs and does all that type of thing. But I understand sort of how that works. And that's the reason you have to have the online part of it, is because it's not being generated in the console. It's being generated in a server. And which is why they're giving because it's being sold as a single player game. That's the reason they're not, the PS Plus thing doesn't really matter. But like you said, you have to have PS Plus in order to be able to do the Atlas thing anyway. So I don't know why that matters, but I guess I guess they're just saying that if your PS Plus wears out after that, that you would still be able to play the game. Maybe.
Well, I'm gonna go watch the videos of the guy that spent the ridiculous amount of money because one, I mean, you spent that much money, I might as well see it.
No shit.
But it makes you wonder, did he do that just for that? You know, like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have this
apparently
out. Somebody.
this is not the first time that he's done that kind of thing, where he spends a lot of money on a copy of something that's breaking street date, which companies frown on. So don't ever expect that to garner any sort of favor with any company that you may want to, you know, I don't know, review games for or anything like that in the future, man. Just digging your own hole.
They look down upon it, so
Yes. I mean, street dates are there for a reason. They don't want you to play it early.
well, that, and they are also for basically originally made for companies to, like, all the companies have a fair shot at selling the product, because you would get companies like GameStop or someone like that who would get their managers and stuff to go pick up the stuff early from the airport,
Distributors.
yeah, and go and bring it to the store just so that they can get an edge on the competition.
Unfair. But on PC, everybody gets. Well, I don't know. I guess now you can preload games and everything. So really, it's back to everybody being even. Yay!
Mhm.
Except for PC, who's gonna have to wait 3 extra days for No Man's Sky.
Well, we get to make the educated decisions then.
Yes.
Let the console scrubs go and purchase it and then go, man, this game is horrible, and then we go like, we wash our hands of it.
None for us.
Well, it makes you wonder too, though. Like, after, like, with the console version of it, like Griff was just saying too, with the amount of data and everything that's used, and same thing with No Man's Sky, if the processing is so fast on the PC versus what the console goes, if the quality of the game itself would change based on that, like, your experience would change, right? So like, if you picked it up on the PS4, and then 3 days later you picked it up on the PS3 or PS3 PC. Like, you picked it on a piece ship machine. No, you went from PS4 and you went over to PC. Like, if your experience would change a little bit, and it'd be interesting too. Like, if you go up and you go, "Oh, I landed on a planet that has a yellow sky and, you know, red grass and blah blah blah," and then when I did the PC version of it, I landed on one that looked like Earth. You know, whatever. You know how that worked exactly. I'd be interested to see too, if they've got like a star map where you started versus where you started on, you know, like, you could take a picture of your star map, I could take a picture of my star map, somebody else could take, like, where we started in the galaxy type thing, you know.
I think this game has a lot of potential behind it. They had some really cool and neat ideas, but honestly, I think it would have worked much better as like an MMO.
Yep.
Like, the thing that keeps crossing my mind when talking about this game is Star Wars Galaxies, where I mean, yeah, they weren't. It wasn't really a huge, like, a whole lot of planets to go to or anything, but each planet was really large. It was basically pretty much planet size, and it was heavily reliant on everything by the community. If you needed something made for your profession or something, you know, whatever it was, someone out there, player base, not NPC, served that function. There were players who were entertainers. They danced and helped, you know, get people's stats and everything back up after they've been out, and kind of like Rested XP in World of Warcraft.
Right.
things like
That's
that.
interesting.
Every like the players served basically functions for everything. There were players that could build houses for other players. There were, furnitures, whatever.
That's
There
pretty
were
neat.
there were people who like for beast tamers who like used beasts like rancors and stuff as like pets to go and attack and do things for them. If you wanted to go and get a stronger one, you can go and get genetic or samples or whatever, or they could go get. There was another class that could get genetic samples and basically breed you a new one, a bigger, stronger one. Or if you wanted one that was faster, you could do that. But it was all around the players, and I think this would have been a really good game to do something similar to that.
So that it was like Second Life in Star Wars universe is what I'm getting out of
Kinda,
this.
yeah. I mean, there were no Jedis. I mean, towards the end of it, they went, hey, everyone could be a Jedi. But originally, if you wanted to be a Jedi, there was this like long quest chain that you basically had to do. You couldn't like sink points into anything in your class, profession, thing like that. You had to save all of it, and you had to visit like all these random locations, and then you would get Force sensitivity, and then you can it was like a really long process because they didn't really want anyone to be a Jedi, but for the few that actually did all this and could become Jedi, if they got all the way up to Jedi Master, they were powerful. They were strong. Like I've seen when I played it, I saw one of them basically take out an entire town on Tatooine of stormtroopers and just leave town. But the process of that,
My work is
process
done
of
here.
that, they got flagged. So every person who was a bounty hunter got something to basically let them know that this player is a Jedi and they need to be hunted and killed.
Damn.
Wow.
And the other thing with that is if you were a Jedi and you did die, you were dead.
Oh
It
shit!
Like, for
it wasn't
good,
like
all
go
your
back.
work?
Yeah, there was no like going back and getting your body or whatever. You were permadead. Go roll a new character.
Oh
I would
shit!
not
Wow.
Well,
I
don't
would that
don't
much
be a
harder.
dick as a Jedi then.
Yeah,
Wow.
Like basically, you
Essentially,
join
that's
the
what it
dark
was.
side,
Like,
you get killed.
basically like you didn't want to show off your lightsaber in public or anything like that, or to any other players. You were basically, because of that, the era that the game was in, you were trying to hide the fact that you were a Jedi,
Wow.
which made it really cool. But
That's interesting. Why can't we have a game like that? That does sound fun.
Well, you got No Man's
you
Sky.
can
Maybe if they shrink
actually-
it down
you
a little
can
bit.
still, if you can find a copy of Star Wars Galaxies, there are private servers up that still exist.
We don't endorse private servers either.
But if
Sorry.
the company said it's
But
okay because they're
Gal-
they're gone.
Galaxies is no longer up and running at this point.
Oh,
period.
okay, so they're probably okay with it.
So yes,
they
you do
shut down the
endorse.
servers,
No, we
yeah,
still
they
don't
shut-
endorse, but
they
I
shut
may
down
play
the
it.
servers a long time ago. But yeah, I don't have a copy of Galaxies anymore. Sadly, I don't know what the hell happened to it, or else I'd be playing on the private servers. But
You could pirate one, but we don't endorse that either.
That reminded me too, because
pirate a lot of things.
one of the things Baka said, we happy few, default is permadeath.
No.
Yeah, so I turned that off right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, no, I'm gonna probably die a few times in this game, so I turned it off. Just FYI, everybody, make sure you check that right off the bat. Go to your options. It's not on the main screen. You have to go to your options, and one of the options was in there, and I was like, no, I'm turning that off. Thanks. So
I'm waiting on that game to go full release, which I think is supposed to be a couple of months from now anyway. Like I think they're one of the companies that want to do early access, right? Where it's like here it is, a couple of months for us to work out the bugs, then it's full launch. I'm gonna wait for that. So
yep, it's fun so far. So we'll see.
we spent a lot of time dying last night. Me and Chicken and
Oh.
Baka played some World of Warcraft with Fina and Kratos, and because they haven't done any of the Draenor dungeon stuff yet, so we were doing that, and I was trying out a new tank and all of this stuff. There was a lot of dying. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I died a lot.
Yeah.
All of the
130 gold repair bill on a healer.
it's because everybody really liked you. I don't know how you
I don't know, like
you
I
managed
just
to make
start
more
healing
friends.
you, and then like you'd be tanking, all of a sudden one of them come running over and go, no.
And no matter what I
Like-
did to try to attract them back, like they would be fixated on you. You must die. And Fina's right,
Like,
it was so
on-
fun.
it's like, fuck off, tank! I'm killing the healer.
But if anybody out there is a World of Warcraft player and wants to roll a character on our server, we are more than happy to have you. We're on Eridar Alliance side because that's the only side that exists to us.
Horde.
Nope,
Stacy.
Alliance.
Right, for the Alliance. But we're looking to do a lot of raiding and stuff in Legion, which is kind of fun. Like, this is a real warm up to that, because it's, you know, how are we gonna deal with
I am
repetitive
not healing
deaths?
Legion. I am not healing in Legion.
I
I will kill shit, and if things come at me, I will feign death. But I am not healing. In
Yeah, I
Legion.
think we need some healers. So if somebody wants to step up and roll a healer or bring their healer from another server, that's fine. You just let us know. You just let us know.
I could be a healer if need be.
You really don't want to. So the same thing with Red. Red can be a healer if he has to be, but he doesn't want to be.
Yeah, well, I'll just level
And
up
that comes
my
out
druid.
when?
I don't know. Maybe I'll like the
Legion?
priest healing a little bit more, but apparently, right now they don't like my shaman healer. I guess they're offended with the name. So
Nora the Explorer.
yep.
Yeah. Because you get titles, so he has the Explorer title. He's Nora the Explorer.
Yeah.
It was great.
When does it come out? August 30th?
August
Is that-
30th.
Yeah, that's it. That's Legion. So
The Legion event starts August 9th.
next
so-
next week after next. Oh, good. We do have at least one healer. Yay! We'll need at least one more because I think we're looking at doing 10 mans for sure. 25 mans if we can find enough people, but that might be a little difficult.
No, definitely not 25 mans. We'll do 10 mans. If a lot of people are like, oh my god, I need to play with this guild, then maybe we'll look at 25 mans. But I don't feel like I don't want to organize 25 people.
Well, hit us up on. I mean, if you're not on our BattleNet already, you can always hit us up on Twitter. The main Twitter thing is at InfiniteResPC, or you can find me at Griffslynum. And let me know. We would love to have you sign up on the website and tell us what you want to do because we've already got a Legion raid topic set up. Speaking
Yep.
of the website, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but
Tell
Ollie
them to try enhancement, Fina. Sorry,
Ollie
shoot,
linked
talk
a
about-
picture of a guy that he follows on Twitter that looks exactly
Oh.
like Baka.
My god.
It's
Like,
so weird.
holy.
There's another one of
Just
him
Don,
out
I'm
there.
better looking. You shut up. I also have a lot more hair.
Hold on, I'm flipping over to there right now.
It's
I
on the
gotta see.
shout
Like-
box on the front page, like
Yeah.
the top
Yep.
left on the
Yep.
front page.
I just clicked. Oh my god.
Here, Baka, look at the camera. Look at that. Look at that. Tell me that motherfucker does not look like. I need to go over here and look at this too.
But- I have way more hair.
You do have
Yeah.
way more hair.
But he could have his hair pulled back.
Well,
No.
he's also got thinning hair too. Baka doesn't. But other than that, I mean, come on, red hair, beard, everything.
Yeah, like wow. Holy shit. It's incredible. That guy's got
This face, more handsome.
he's a little more trimmed up, but damn. Do you,
Okay, fine.
Do you,
Baka's
You
one-
guys
you
ain't
live
get
in-
home.
do you live over
Get up
here?
home.
Oh
Stop by the
God.
website and say hi. We're trying to be more active. I just haven't managed to make that happen yet. We are trying new stuff with the front page too, with the podcast video being on the front page. Let me know if you like it. I'm trying to figure out how to embed the audio so you can just listen to it there too if you want to do audio only. I just haven't figured that part out yet. Sorry.
Pretty awesome. If you also wanted to, we were talking. Griff and I were talking the other day. Even a possibility if it was possible to do some of her music videos or whatever linked over there as well because I love those.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Working on those.
Yep.
I have more videos in the works. I just haven't had the time.
Oh my God, the songs. Oh my God, people. The songs, they have to happen.
We need to get Gary's mod so she can make videos with a
Oh my
pink
god.
suited Reaper.
No. No.
Have him and Hanzo like dancing together, maybe like a little slow dance.
Oh my god.
That got weird.
It did get weird. Was that Tibby?
Yeah.
No.
Cat said hi. What's up?
Tibby said no to your
No,
dancing.
that was Clementine.
Oh, was it Clem? Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah, she said she needs to come in there.
Cat, what the hell does a cat know?
Well,
It knows
thanks
how
for
to
the
eat, poop, and
click it.
sleep. That's all it knows.
Eat, poop, sleep, and cry. Cry for food.
And occasionally look cute, but
Occasionally, yeah, that's
Occasionally.
right.
only when it wants one of the like the things of like food or attention. And then
Yeah.
it's just like other than that, it doesn't care.
Was there
Food
anything?
attention? Come on.
Was there anything else in the news that you guys wanted to talk about?
I got invited to the Lawbreakers Alpha.
Awesome.
Yeah,
You haven't
and
played it yet. You don't know anything.
I know I've not played it yet, unfortunately. And the NDA got lifted off of another alpha that I'm playing too. The Elder Scrolls Legends. It's basically their take on Hearthstone.
They
Which
need to
has a
move
new
off
video
right
for
now.
the new expansion. It's hilarious. Everybody go watch the video for One Night in Karajan.
Yes,
Oh my god.
That is pretty. It is pretty funny.
It's yes. It's amazing. Go watch it. Let me see if I can find it for you. I'll get you a link.
Stop that. Get down. Fucking cat. But yeah, it's a pretty decent. Keep an eye out for it. Elder Scrolls Legends. It's nice to see another big company try to take their hand at a card game. But yeah, it's different. Instead of Hearthstone plays just one player versus one player, this one plays the same way, one player versus one player, except there's 2 fields to play on that have special rules for each field.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like
It's just an added element.
yeah, like I guess they needed to do something to kind of break from the mold. So it's nice that they did that. It's pretty good.
It's awesome. Well, and that's how it starts, right? Like you have one group that starts a really quality game that a lot of people love to watch, love to play, all that type of stuff, and then you have somebody else bring in an element and change it just slightly. I mean,
Yep.
it's the same thing when you got Dota 2, League of Legends, Heroes of the Storm. Like these are all similar games, but at the same time, they have different elements that make them appealing to other people.
Yep, League of Legends just started, League of Legends started as it was just 10 people, and then Baron and Dragon, and Heroes of the Storm came out and it was fully objective based. League of Legends has definitely taken from that. They've made their objectives more important so that they create fight points. So competition always favors the consumer.
Yes.
You don't ever want just one company to hold on to.
I mean, you can pick and choose which one's your favorite,
Oh yeah,
but
absolutely.
always be happy that there are other companies competing with them because it means that your company is only going to get better.
Yep, absolutely. So that's
And
what-
if they
that's-
don't, then they're failures.
if they
Sorry.
don't, then you move on to their competition.
Yeah, that's true.
I do have one thing, and it's not something that necessarily interested me, but I know how Griff is about this series. It's been announced that Darksiders War Master Edition is coming out.
War Mastered.
You mean
Because
they
they got away with the Definitive Edition.
definitive?
And now they're going to just try to like parody all of the, well, I guess the other one because it's war instead of death. So War Mastered instead of Remastered. And
It looks like it's coming out on PC, PS4, Xbox One, of course, and it's going to run in 1080p, 60 frames per second on those. Also coming out on the Wii U, which I thought was very interesting, running at 1080p and 30 frames per second.
Well, Darksiders 2 did go to the Wii U.
Yep.
yeah, it did.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah,
hope
fair.
that the remaster for this one is better than the remaster for the second because I mean it looked pretty, but all of the glitching and the lag and the like small issues here and there started to really add up.
Now, was
So-
yours on Xbox One or yours PC?
Yes, Xbox One is where I got
You
that
should
one.
get it for PC. I'm sure there's a fix for all that stuff.
Mine
Probably.
is on PC, but I want to get through the first one first before I go to the second one. So I'm interested to see if mine has that same glitch or not.
October, isn't it? That one's coming out October 25th, I think.
Yeah, I think so. The first
That's
Darksiders is so damn good.
They're both really good. The first one is better in my opinion though. Like I really like both of them for different reasons, but the
Yes.
gameplay is very similar across the two.
I
But
liked.
I preferred War to Death.
I'm not gonna pick either one because the first one was lots more hack and slash, and the second one was hack and slash with RPG elements. So I was like, yeah, cool. If you want to hack and slash, just go to war and fucking tear up everything,
Well,
literally.
Death also has, I mean, in the second one you get more of a puzzle aspect than you did in the first one. I mean, there's definitely some puzzle stuff in the first one, but in the second one Death I guess is a little more cunning than War is, so they're trying to use that angle about it.
Yes. We
Which
need
is nice.
Darksiders 3. Damn it.
Yes.
Darksiders
Well,
3. I need
surely
all
this
4
is-
horsemen.
Surely this is a setup, right? Like that's what they're like. Okay, we've got to do this.
Or they're
I
just
don't-
trying to build up money so that they
But
can
why
make
do you
a
do
third one.
definitive before you do the War Mastered? Right?
I
don't-
guess to see how
Newer
popular it
technology.
was.
Well, that and the second one I think sold better than the first.
Well,
Oh,
it's
okay.
because the first was the jumping off point. People didn't know where the series was going to go. So it was one of those things where I think they had more used sales of Darksiders than they did of Darksiders 2 because people knew they could trust it and bought it right out of the gate with Darksiders 2.
Yep. And I mean, it was good. Both games are really
Yes.
fantastic. We need a third one, and we need all 4 horsemen. Damn it!
Yes.
4-player multiplayer, all 4 horsemen. Oh fucking yes!
That would be so great
Oh my
to have a
god!
4-player multiplayer game like that where all of you are like so different.
Oh, that would be so fantastic. Like that right there would be game of the year. Period. Darksiders 3, 4-player, 4 horsemen. That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
That would be cool.
Not only as a 4-player, but you're right, you do get to work that 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse angle. I mean, who doesn't want to be that with their friends?
I know,
Well,
right?
and the thing is like then you can battle over your favorite 4 horsemen, right? I like
Yep.
that.
War. I call dibs on War.
That's fine. There's war in the Darksiders
War-
universe because there's
War, death, strife, and famine is typically the 4 horsemen, I believe.
I don't know if famine is in.
Yeah, I think they have a different name for it. I mean, yes, that's technically it for the 4 Horsemen, but I think they call it something different when in the Darksiders series.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it's
Somebody will find out here a lot faster than I will since I'm just using my phone.
I wasn't googling it, so
I'm not either.
Death,
So we're gonna let you do
War,
it.
strife, fury.
Fury, that's
is
what
the
it
other one.
was.
One of them.
Yeah, fury looks like the girl.
Yeah.
Strife looks like he uses guns.
Yeah. In Darksiders 2, you actually get, I think it's Strife's gun
Yes.
because he lost it, and then I think you find Fury's whip or something like that.
Do you? I don't remember her stuff being in 2, but I
don't
didn't.
know.
I mean, it's been a little while.
But yeah, they definitely leave lots of little tidbits from the other horsemen in both of the games.
Well, it's because they were eventually going to make the games for the other ones,
I
but
know.
THQ went down, and there
Which
went
is
that idea.
unfortunate. But somebody else owns the title now, so we can
Yep.
hopefully look forward to a Darksiders 3.
Mm-hmm.
Would be nice if they pulled up E3 next year and were like, "Hey, look!" And everybody fucking lost their minds.
I really
it
feel
would-
like
it would
it's 'cause
make
they're
sense.
testing the water.
It would
Yep.
make sense timing wise, right? Because
Yeah.
you just had earlier this year the definitive. They just announced this one. So it would make sense timing wise that next E3 you end up getting an announcement for Darksiders 3. The question is when they do it, is it going to be same year release or are they going to tease us and actually
No, it'd be a tease.
Yeah, it'd definitely be a tease. Be like, "Hey, look, we got enough money that we can work on
Because I imagine
this."
if that's what's gonna happen, I imagine what's happening with these re-releases is kind of the same deal as why we got the Gears of War Ultimate Edition, is because the new studio was using that to springboard their own making of a new game. Like they needed to have their hands on the previous product in order to stay true enough to the series to make the next step in it, because they weren't the original. So it would make sense that they'd be like, here, we remastered these so that we could figure out how it works. And now that we figured it out, next year, year after next, or whatever, we'll have a new one.
That would be
Which I'm all
awesome.
about.
Yes, especially if they're just testing to see how well they sell and how popular the series still is.
Well, and the new
So-
one, the War Mastered Edition is supposed to be pretty cheap too, I think.
Oh
I
man,
think it's
if
going to
it's
cost
cheap,
us like $20.
hell yeah!
So,
I need to stream those 2 games at some point. Hell yeah!
well, I've got the second one. We'll just pick up
No,
the
we
first
will.
one.
I will buy both of them on PC so they don't have those issues.
Apparently, the
you-
PC ver-
What no
apparently the
pants said,
PC
though.
version still is having some of the bugs and issues though, and not all of them are fixed.
Well, I'll try to find some.
And I have the
Some
first
mods
one
and
on.
patches.
That's right. Never mind. Your PS3 is not working. Let's say I have the first one on PS3. But
Yeah, let's do this. PS3 is broken.
Well, what No Pants mentioned was we have Windows 10 now. So Xbox One, you can play it on PC.
Yeah, but that means I still have to play it on my Xbox.
'Cause it is owned by Nordic now, it looks like.
Nordic Games.
Yeah, which they make all of the Sherlock Holmes series, like all of it. And they're usually a point and click series, which is really interesting that they own that. Like all the THQ stuff they own.
maybe
is
that
like-
was like one of those things that they wanted because they wanted to branch out and get away from point and click.
That'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
Because it to be fair, it is a simple gameplay. It's hack and slash, which is your most
Right.
basic.
It's kind of
genre.
reminiscent of Devil May Cry almost.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
It's heavy hack and slash with a couple of really flashy extra moves and whatnot.
Mhm.
But I mean, the story is worth it. Again, Devil May Cry.
They
Yeah.
also
Sorry, what's it?
own Alan Wake as well.
Which I've never played any of the Alan Wake games.
Ori and the Blind Forest.
I
Oh,
think there's only
damn.
one.
Yep. The Painkiller series.
Wasn't Painkiller an awful series though?
Yeah, that's not something I'd brag about. Yeah, the rest of it's point and click, like the Book of Unwritten Tales, which is a popular point and click series. Yeah, I mean, but basically that's it. I mean, there's not a whole lot of stuff that they have that's in that same genre, so that might be it. They bought it for just that.
Yep, expansionist reasons.
Mm-hmm. So they can leave it out, and that way they can hire the staff to come in and do what they need to do with the new one.
Yep.
So I don't see another reason. They had Destroy All Humans, which did okay, right? That was
Think so.
okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
There was like 4 or 5 games of that one.
Yeah, and so they did okay with that one. But I really don't see anything else. Like Red Faction, they had the first Red Faction game. It looks like, well, it just says Red Faction 2011. There's been other Red Faction games, hasn't there? Like,
Yeah.
didn't they have Gorilla and a couple other ones?
Armageddon.
Yeah, so they probably own all of that series as well. So
Yeah, because that was another one THQ did.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like they're just trying to expand that whole thing. So-
Well,
Which is good for them.
and they were just on sale. Like they had a Nordic game sale that was like $99 worth of stuff for $22 the other day.
Damn.
Steam. That's where I got Darksiders and Darksiders 2 from. I was like, I'll go ahead and get it on that. So,
well, what's everybody looking at playing this week?
Stick of Truth, more GTA 5, and more We Happy Few.
Woo.
Overwatch.
Chicken, are you?
Batman.
I was going to say, is Batman this week? It is. Okay.
It is. It's the second.
Tuesday.
First episode comes out Tuesday, so I'll download that and play it Tuesday. Apparently, that they're doing the whole crowd thing. I guess it's like people who watch, like you could play your game and then have other people chime in on what they think you should do. Now there are 2 ways you could play it. Either the people get to make the choice 100%, like whatever they choose, it goes. Period.
Right.
Or 2, you get to see a percentage of what the people think you should do, and then you get to make the choice. So, I mean, I may turn it on and let you motherfuckers
I like
make
that idea.
make a few choices.
That is a really good thing for a series like that, because it's like, because it is choose your own adventure style of game, right?
Right.
And these people are watching you play the game
Right.
to be able to do it. It would be cool if they would update at least the PC versions of Walking Dead, things like that, the original series they had set up, and to see what the people watching would want for that type of thing. That would be very interesting. Even Wolf Among Us.
Unfortunately, though, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. The technology is pretty damn new, so they have said that if you stream it and you want people to interact, there's a big delay, so it may not work as well. Since
Yeah, it's more meant for just finding out what your friends think about it while you're playing instead of it being. I mean, it's just not fast enough yet.
Yeah, not yet. So we're gonna kind of see how it works, and then we'll go from there. But they definitely said they want to move forward with this technology. They want to make it so that you could stream and play this thing at the same time. So we'll have to check out. Yes, what
Yes.
Fina said.
You want to
Fina-
read what Fina said?
Oh,
Fina just said, I want to see Baka play like that. Every time there's a majority, he does the opposite. I do what I want.
and he froze. He froze, by the way.
Baka
did he?
did?
That's
So
not
he's
the real
stuck like
Baka.
that?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I'm not frozen on my end.
you're
Well, we
frozen
can
on
still
our
hear
end.
him.
Yeah, we
Yay!
can still hear him.
That's all that matters.
It's great. It's just you.
All right. Well, all right. Let's go ahead and wrap up because Chicken and I have some Sunset Overdrive to record.
Woo!
Yay!
That's so weird. He does it without moving his mouth. He
Oh,
just
Lord.
stared.
we appreciate. Well, now everything's moving on his. Like I'm not getting a messed up signal there. We appreciate everybody that hangs out with us each and every week here at Infinite Respawn. If you're checking out the audio version of this, make sure that you go to our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Infinite Respawn PC. Go on there, follow, hang out with us each and every week at 3 p.m. Eastern. And ask questions, tell us stories, whatever it is you want to do. We might include it as part of the show. And then again, we might not. There's no telling what could happen. Also, make sure that you go to our YouTube as well, where Griff is currently working on Fallout 4. She's
I made Deacon wear a stupid hat. Come on.
working
poor
with
Deacon.
Chicken on Sunset Overdrive. And then in a few weeks is going to be doing Halo 2 with Baka as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just waiting on a little more progress on Sunset before I dive back into doing 2 Let's Plays.
And if you haven't checked out the original Halo series that they just
Do it.
finished, go in, start. It's some of the funniest things and some of the best team kills you'll ever see in your life. Go on there.
Shit. Bam.
Go in, have a good time, and watch that. It's a great thing to watch on a lunch break for sure. Also, make sure that you check us out on Twitter, twitter.com/InfiniteResPC. Check me out personally at MDB Oaktree. Check out Griff.
At Griff Slanum.
Check out Chicken.
At Elite Chicken 313.
Check out Baka.
Add Baka Pickle.
Also, make sure that when you follow this channel, that Monday through Friday, Chicken is here at 8 p.m. Eastern, currently playing Overwatch. Tuesday, we'll be playing Batman, the Telltale series. And soon, we'll be playing World of Warcraft. You said August 9th, you're going to start your thing on that? That's right.
That's when the Legion
That's
event
when the
starts.
Legion event starts. So
Okay.
probably the 30th when I really go full force into it.
Okay, so the end of the month.
Yep.
So at the end of August, when Legion comes out, he'll be starting on that. So you definitely don't want to miss that if you're a WoW fan.
Yeah.
And then also on Sunday nights on my own channel, 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm currently playing South Park Stick of Truth. Go on there. It's MDB Oaktree as well. And I believe that's it other than our website, which is infiniterespawn.com. Go on there, join the forums, hang out. We're trying to hang out there more often. So you should do the same. Go on, join, different subject matters, different things. You can go in and do a shout out. As Griff said, you can actually watch this show straight off our website now on the recorded version of it. She's linking the YouTube to it, and it looks great. It's cool because I go to one site for
Yeah, and there's a
everything.
comment section, so you can leave a comment if you don't want to talk about stuff on the YouTube. You can talk about the YouTube on the website. Yay!
Yay! Doubled it up.
Look
Woohoo!
at that.
So
I
you
know
can
some people don't like the YouTube comment sections because they can be mean, so I understand that. I get it.
go on and join there as well. For Infinite Respawn, I'm Oaktree.
I'm Griff.
I'm Chicken.
I'm Baka.
See ya.
Bye. There's a cat trying to get into the garbage can.
Oh, is that what you're staring at?
Yeah.
Please hang up and try again.
Bye.